Don't mind me. I'm just here beating the fire giant.
Remember the days when Elden Ring first came out? Everyone was awed and posting their opinions and inquiries on the internet, sharing their experience with others. And some drooling idiots were getting mad over the excess of tri-finger butthole jokes. But upon doing some nostalgia diving, we noticed a few Reddit threads regarding the fire giant, which left us quite dumbfounded. In case you don't know, Fire Giant is an endgame boss in Elden Ring, located in Mountaintop of the Giants. The battle is quite unique, as you can summon your loyal good boy Torrent, and there's no other enemy in the game of this girth, so to speak. In our personal experience, in terms of difficulty, the battle wasn't anything out of this world, but for some reason, some goobers online think that the fire giant is like the coming of the Antichrist.
I'm genuinely convinced that fire giant is impossible. I've done this poop more than 30 times using any bleed weapon, and he still allows the hell out of me. The frick I do with this idiot? How the schnopple doodle do I beat the fire giant? I hate this ginger mother caresser so much. Fire Giant's difficulty is just taking forever to unalive and constantly presenting the threat of being able to one-shot you.
Maybe if you leveled Vigor, you'd realize that none of his attacks are actually a one-shot, you know?
Duh.
Fire Giant is impossible. I'm a level 94 mage with 60 intelligence. I don't have a ton of health.
I mean, we all have that boss that really grinds our gears, I suppose. But calling the fire giant controversial just because it requires, adapting seems very weird to us. Even DSP got it on the first try, and that's saying much.
Got him! What a silly boss, he rolls around. The last flask. Fire giant felled. But I mean, that was a silly boss just rolling all over the place. Yeah, I agree. That was a pretty easy boss. Like, even if I just gone in with like a prerequisite knowledge of what he was, I obviously would have just attacked the right foot, killed him right away, and that second form is easy. You just run right past everything, keep hitting him. So yeah, that was pretty damned easy, in my opinion. Pretty easy boss.
You know, there are two ways to beat Elden Ring. One of them is by adapting to your surroundings and overcoming the challenge by sheer practice and resilience. So the fire giant is pretty much like every other challenge in the game, and the other one is to cheese through it, either with over-leveled phantoms or other means. And unless our memories of the fight are to not be trusted, we don't remember the big doofus to be so impactful in our playthrough for us to require cheese tactics to beat it. Was he really that obnoxious to deal with? So before showing you a very silly cheese tactic against the giant Redditor, where you can beat him without doing almost anything, we'll deal with him in a normal fight to see if these Reddit threads were cooking or if they were merely a very severe clinical case of skill issue. No! Sellen, could you do it, please? I have some things to attend to. All right, we need you in shape for the DLC. Show me those push-ups.
Alright, my little gummy apprentices, let's dissect this boss fight a bit. To battle him, we're using a level 94 intelligence build, with 55 vigor, 45 intelligence and magic raptor talons as our main weapon, as the giant is weak to slash damage, and the talons also inflict blood loss. We approach our oversized boy and we start humping his weak leg like a dog. We take a bit of damage from his backslap attack, but that's normal, as we haven't thrown hands with this big Benny since a long time ago. After breaking the homemade leg wrap made with his own ball braids, he starts taking more damage when attacking that leg, so we try to focus on that one. The rest of phase 1 is me relearning his attack patterns. You can see me getting hit at first, but as the battle progresses, dodging the big goober's attack is literally a walk in the snowpark. The secret is always keeping the camera unlocked so you can turn and see what he's doing. Locking on will only make the battle more difficult. When phase 2 commences after he breaks his leg Hanna-Barbera style, it's literally more of the same. Pay attention to Burn or Flame, and be always mindful of Flame of the Fell God, as he's now throwing 2 of them. Whenever he rolls away, that basically means free damage, as he'll most certainly do the hand attack when you're getting closer. Repeat the same song and dance a couple of times, and the controversial, impossible boss will go down just like any other. It wasn't absurdly easy, but it wasn't difficult either, to be honest. Like I said, some of his attacks will most likely get you the first couple of times. But after that, you'll learn that all of his moves are incredibly telegraphed. And you just need a bit of patience, since he has so much health, something that people don't seem to like. Most of these goobers didn't level vigor either, which is something that makes any aspect of the game more simple and helps you learn faster, because you have more room for mistakes. There's also weapons that can make the fight much less skillful, like the Envoy Longhorn. The Ash of War of this thing can spread hundreds of tiny bubbles, dealing good damage each, and since the Fire Giant is, well, a giant, he will take all of the bubbles head on and receive huge damage, being even stance broken sometimes. Spamming this a few times can make short work of the fight, and that's even when playing carelessly. But what about the other cheesy method, the one Roderika hinted at earlier in the video? Let's see what that is all about.
Oh, hi. I still haven't gotten used to so much spotlight. But I'll try to explain myself properly so you can understand what all of this butter strat is all about.
You mean cheese strat?
The only thing you need for this strategy are the Laterna ashes. You can easily obtain them by going to the Lakeside Crystal Cave in Leonia, beating the boss and talking to Laterna after having obtained half of the Haligtree medallion in the village of the Albinorix, also located in Leonia. Once obtained, we just have to get into the arena with the Bug Dum Dum.
Big Dum Dum.
What?
You're going to get in the arena with the Big Dum Dum, not the Bug Dum Dum.
Huh. And to prove to you that this strategy is bonkers silly, we're going to do it level 1. The first thing you got to do is stand behind this tree right here so the Fire Giant can destroy it, and if possible, without, dying. The best way to locate it is to look at the cliffside and to count 3 rocks from the left. 1, 2, and 3. South of the 3rd rock, there's this small elevation here, and in front of it, it's the tree that requires some destruction. Right after that, you have to quit the game and return to the main menu in order to spawn outside of the Fire Giant's arena. We do this because this particular Woody boy can make the cheese strategy fail. So by doing this, it will work 100% of the time. After re-entering the arena, we want to approach the giant and dodge his attacks by dismounting Torrent. We keep climbing the hill, and we hang by the edge of the cliff until the giant is close enough. You'll know when it's close enough because he will try to squash you like a brick.
Like a bug. Squash you. Like a bug.
Oh, alright, don't yell at me. After he throws a bit of hands on you, you need to double jump down to the lower part of the arena from this ledge right here and stand over the 3rd rock, the one next to the trees, until the Fire Giant is right by the edge of the cliff. If he starts walking on top of the rocks, simply quit to the main menu and try again. Once we have Humongous where we want him, you're going to turn the camera and focus your attention on this landmark right here. Head towards it, stand on the least elevated part, and summon Lady Laterna. And after that, simply return to the 3rd rock with the trees and enjoy the show. You can go make yourself a coffee while you wait too. Lady Laterna will keep shooting at the big dorky goofball as he's stuck between rocks with his tunnel vision on you. And since we cut the trees in front of Lady Laterna, all the arrows will hit the Fire Giant, dealing full damage. After phase 2 starts, you're gonna return to the cliffside, ball yourself behind this rock, and wait for the one-legged giant to approach you. Right after this fire attack, you're going to return to your beloved 3rd rock and wait for him to be right next to the cliff. You're going to approach Lady Laterna so the giant can follow you to this spot and then return to the 3rd rock. Once again, make yourself some honey cookies while you wait for the last member of the giant race to be brutally extinguished out of the face of the world. Congratulations! You just cheesed one of the biggest boss experiences in the game. What I hope you didn't cheese was our last video's mystery thingy, which was the winged scythe. So congratulations if you legitimately guessed the weapon correctly. Here's our new mystery thingy. Speaking of cheesing the game, did you know that max level players are a living, breathing, semi-sapient example of what happens when you cheese your way to the top? Click on this other video to find out why, my little truck tire.